Hello, Steve White, SteveWhites89. Well, we finally have some confirmation of the Madam X video release. Now, there's been a lot of confusion. Originally it was certain sites or Facebook groups, Madonna fan groups, were saying that they had confirmation that it was going to be released on Netflix October 21st. Then Madonna put out a video saying it was going to be out on Paramount Plus, and she had a drag queen doing her in the video. And then that drag queen released a video saying it was all a joke and released a second video basically telling Madonna fans to get effed. So I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was going on Paramount Plus. Then Madonna now has confirmed that it is indeed going to be on Paramount Plus. She said, Madam X is finally ready to disturb the peace, streaming October 8th, Paramount Plus. Are you ready? Directed by Ricardo Gomenis. I can't say his name, sorry. So this is good, but then a lot of people are like, just wait a minute, I don't have Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is a new streaming service. It used to be CBS All Access. That failed miserably, so then they rebranded it Paramount Plus when they merged with Viacom with Paramount and got all their content. So then there was another announcement saying that Madonna's Madam X tour streaming on MTV for the rest of the world. So, because I'm a bit confused myself if I'm going to get it, or who I'm going to get it from, because CBS bought Channel 10, one of our local stations, and then we had Channel 10 All Access, and then when it changed to Paramount Plus, we had 10 Plus. But they're advertising Paramount Plus on TV as well, so do I get Paramount Plus and do I get it through that, or do I get it through 10 Plus? Because sometimes, even if you get the service, you don't always get the same content because the contracts are different for the different areas and countries. But it does say here that it will be on MTV for the rest of the world. So people who don't have Paramount Plus or their affiliates should be able to access it through MTV. So that's good. But it's all been very confusing. And I'm glad there's finally some confirmation from Madonna. And she also released a video, a little trailer. I think it was about 30 seconds. It was a little underwhelming. It was just Madonna running around in front of the same set with different projections, which is sort of what the tour was. It kind of looked okay, but I wasn't like, oh my god, like when I saw all the other shows where there's so much more dynamic because she was able to do so much more on the stage and with the built out stages and stuff like that. This is very much just theatre, all the same set, all the same spot, the same space, and just very much the people who created the projections really deserve the credit for this tour, not so much Madonna, I think. I don't think they get the credit they deserve because they really make it what it is. Now, so far as what it's actually going to be, it says the Madam X documentary will feature behind-the-scenes clips of Madonna in action during the album's tour in 2019 and 2020. In addition, there will be an intimate look at the battles she had with her hip and knee injuries, which forced her to cancel several shows in the United States, the UK, and Portugal, eventually coinciding the entire tour 3 days before the final date, while also coinciding with the ban on gatherings due to the spread of COVID-19. Well, that's a lie. She never actually finished the show. There was no final tour concert where she said, we're ending it because of my knee and hip. She was planning to keep going, and they got shut down, and they didn't know for sure they were going to get shut down until it was like the last minute it was shut down. So that's an interesting little spin they put on that, but that might not be Madonna. I'm not saying Madonna's lying there, but someone's spinning that little facts there. And then they just say that fortunately Madonna made a full recovery and recently returned to this past June for a surprise performance during New York's Pride festivities at the Boom Boom Room in flats, but whatever. Boots. But she has pretty much recovered, which is good. I mean, she's 62. It's going to take her a while to get back to, performing like she was before. So we're not going to hold that against her. She's a human being. But the show itself, from what I saw, and I saw video from like every song, but not the whole show, but just because stuff was leaked out, not just on YouTube, it was leaked out. There were fans that got videos out, but they weren't very good quality, and the show itself was very basic, and like I said, it was mostly just projections and the same set, the same stairs, just sort of been moving around. And I'm kind of glad I didn't go. I had planned to, and then I didn't, and there's a whole story there, but basically they're treating it's a documentary, so we're sort of misled. We were led to believe we're going to get a concert film of the actual concert. So all the fans who weren't able to go because it was a smaller tour, and there were a lot of issues with the tickets and the way they were sold, and there was a lottery, and there was some deception and a lot of hijinks happening with the sales of the tickets in the beginning, which screwed over a lot of fans pretty harshly. Which is when I bowed out. I said, I'm not getting involved in this. This is not like the other tours. So a lot of people didn't see it, and they wanted to see the whole concert. Like, I did want to see the whole thing and give it a chance. I assume the people who I've spoken to who have said it was pretty average were telling the truth and not just being haters because of the video that I saw in that. But I did want to see the concert presented as Madonna would have liked it to be presented in full, to give it a really fair view. But we're not going to get that. What we're going to get is, I'm going to tell you a secret, an embedded Madonna version of the show, which at the time upset fans, but we had the Laserdisc and video releases of Blonde Ambition that weren't as good as the footage in Blonde Ambition, Embedded Madonna and Truth or Dare of the actual concert performance. But it was still like the whole show. So we did have the whole show, and the same with Reinvention. Even though it didn't get a proper release, they did leak out a full version of the concert, even though it wasn't like a finished video version. They didn't have quite all the shots and angles Madonna would have wanted, and it wasn't edited with all the stage show screen and all that sort of stuff. But it still, we got the concert, so it was okay. But I don't think that's going to happen with this one. Madonna knew, I think, and this is my opinion, Madonna knew fairly early on, that she wasn't going to have the infrastructure to create the kind of show and level of performance that she was able to in her other concerts. And I don't consider Madame X an actual Madonna World Tour. I consider it a promotional tour for the album, and Rebel Heart was Madonna's last real world tour proper concert. So even though technically I know the Virgin Tour wasn't a world tour because they only went to America and Canada, but they were planning to go to London and they didn't follow through with that. I still consider it like a world tour. I consider it in the same league as the other 9. So I consider those to be 10 Madonna's world tours, proper tours, and this would just be a promotional tour, like the stuff she did for conventions and confessions and American Life, where she did concerts for MTV and at the Coco Room or whatever it was. So yeah, that's where I put it at. And there's a lot of Madonna fans who are saying that it was amazing and that it was, like it reinvented, the stage and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, why? It's just all PR and spin. And why are these fans spinning for Madonna? I mean, they act like she's some sort of deity, like she's an actual goddess. She's just a 62-year-old entertainer who has a great career behind her, great legacy, but she's not a god. She's not a goddess. She's not inhuman. She's not this. These people who see her like in this delusional way are very aggressive to fans who just speak the truth and say that, she's not putting on as good a shows as she used to because she's older and she can't do it, and she doesn't get the kind of financial support from the studios and the touring companies and that, because they don't believe people are going to go see a 62-year-old. So she's sort of stuck in a bit of a bind where her body's sort of letting her down a bit, and she's not getting support that she used to, like she did before. So, I mean, I'm not holding that against her. I'm just stating that that's the case, and you're not allowed to do that. So, I mean, I was planning to go to the show, but I didn't, because the way they were running the lottery for the tickets and the way they were selling the tickets, where they were making fans commit and give their credit cards for certain tickets, and then they were releasing better tickets and cheaper tickets to the general public and trapping the fans in the high-priced bad seats, which was happening to a lot of people. There were a lot of shady things happening with the rollout of the tickets for Madame X, and that's when I bowed out, because I was planning to go originally. I was planning to go, and I had money saved up and I was going to do it, and then I saw that and I just said, you know what, after she cancelled the first week of Rebel Heart, I want to go to the first week of the concert, and then some dates in London, because I had a friend there, and then there was the end of the show I wanted to go to. And every show I'd planned to go to was cancelled. So unless I'd booked extra time to stay in case the show got cancelled, where I could have gone to a later show because I was still in the country or whatever, if I could have got a ticket, that would have been the only way I would have seen anything. So I'm glad I didn't go. I'm lucky I didn't go. I would have just lost all my money. and probably never seen the show. But the other thing that bothers me is that COVID. I mean, Madonna and her team and her dancers had COVID, whether they knew it, whether they were tested, but the whole country was shutting down because of COVID, and she wouldn't shut down. She just kept going until she was shut down. And that's another issue. Would I have gotten COVID because, would I have been down the front where she came down? I don't know. So I'm glad I wasn't there. I'm glad I didn't go. But I did want to see the show, a proper presentation of the show as Madonna would have liked it to have been done as a concert film. Now, whether we get the concert film separately from another distributor or on DVD, because this documentary is maybe exclusive just to Paramount Plus, I'm not sure. Maybe that is the game plan, to have maybe a 2-disc edition, or maybe this documentary is like the special feature on the concert film DVD or Blu-ray. I'm not really sure how it's going to go, but I'm hoping this is not just it and all we get, because otherwise this is going to be like what we feared Truthful Daring in Bed with Madonna and I'm Going to Tell You a Secret were going to be like for Blonde Ambition and Reinvention, where we just get little snippets of the show, highly edited in the case of I'm Going to Tell You a Secret, and probably this as well will be highly edited and just parts, and then we get the parts she filmed, which a documentary documents, what's happened. It doesn't create new content to try and sell the past event. So it's all very questionable and all very messy, and I'm being critical, and I'm allowed to. I'm still a fan. Just because I'm critical doesn't mean I'm not a fan. It doesn't mean I'm a hater. But yeah. At least we have a final date. At least we have some confirmation of part of it, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens with the rest of it. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I tried to do that in under 10 minutes, but I just couldn't do it. Yeah, let me know what you think of the rollout of how she's doing the documentary instead of the actual concert film. Do you think we'll get a concert film? I'm curious what other people think. Or if anyone knows anything they want to share with me, I'm happy to share rumours or have an insight. I'm going to go. Thanks.